Good evening. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. For those of you that don't know who we are, I am SnoopHogTV. I am joined by the
Hello.
wonderful and awesome MissFatalKisses, or as you'll
Oh,
hear
hi.
us say all night, Cass, because this is the only time I'm going to call her by her Twitch name.
Hmm.
I hope everybody had a great holiday, because we were away
Oh, yeah.
last week. We didn't have the wonderful and awesome podcast, and I know everybody was devastated and crying themselves to sleep all week last week. I was
It
upset.
was weird.
I didn't get to see any of you. Yes, the sirens starting it right. Oh man, so
I can't help it.
it has been a week. I spent Thanksgiving in Japan. Very nice, Woofy. I do. I can't wait to
Mm.
see those pictures. But it has been a interesting 2 weeks. Interesting two
Yeah.
weeks. Um,
Hmm.
so our topic of the day is moving a community to a new platform.
Yeah.
So to break that down a little bit, um, is essentially how you can make the transition from one platform to another and still include your community in that transition. Um, as you can see, and for those of you that are going to be listening to this after the fact, you're not going to be able to see the screen, but I have poorly edited our overlay to include the Mixer logo next to my name because here comes the big shock to everybody in the chat. Honestly, I don't know if everybody knows about it, so this might actually be news, but I have officially moved my stream from Twitch over to Mixer this past Sunday. So that wonderful SnoopHog shout out that just went off in the chat. Um doesn't actually apply. So, anyways, so what we're going to
Hmm.
unpack during this, and me and Cass will go back and forth and discuss, is how to properly go about this kind of change. And pretty much what that means is how to not only come to this decision and make sure that it's right for you, but also how to make sure that you include your community completely. So essentially, to use my whole thing for the example here, because it has been apparently the creating some waves, to say the least. I announced on my last stream on Twitch, I think last Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, was my last stream on Twitch, and I spent 4 hours in just chatting, talking to everybody in the community about this Switch, and we kind of went back and forth over pros and cons, whatever. But I included everybody in the conversation. Um, so to give a full breakdown of it, I did a lot of research, which anybody that's actually going to take a change like this seriously, you should absolutely do your research first. And I did it without saying anything to anyone. And the reason I did that is I didn't want outside influence. I didn't want people sending me random things or telling me that, oh, well, I watched this person dive on the platform, whatever the case may be. So I made sure to include my community in it once I had made the decision that this was going to happen. And unless there was full anarchy, um, and thankfully there's not full anarchy, but unless there was full anarchy, I was making the move no matter what. Which, much to my surprise, and I shouldn't really be that surprised because, I mean, thankfully, and I'm so humbled by it, I have a pretty good community here, between TrueFam and my Twitch community and everything else, that I went to the platform day one with 35 followers, having never gone live on the platform before. And that was people that came over from my Twitch channel and my Twitch community and some true fam and so on and so forth. But we're gonna break it down into pieces. So I want to ask Cass what she thinks of moving from Twitch, where majority of everyone probably in this chat and majority of us that stream that are on the TRUgaming sponsored team and so on and so forth are all very ingrained here on Twitch. So with that said, how do you feel about moving something where You've invested a lot of time and you've made the time to build a community and you've become established on this platform, to jumping to a fully new platform, whether it be Mixer, Facebook Gaming, YouTube Gaming, or whatever. Caffeine's the other one that I can think of off the top of my head. What do you think about leaving an established place to pretty much start over?
Man, that is a lot to answer.
Uh-huh.
Because there's so much that goes into that. There's not like one, I don't know. I think I kind of consider our channels to be similar
Mhm.
in statistic wise. I think that we probably carry like a similar average of viewers, similar followers and subscribers and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
I feel like for me personally, the size of my channel is the perfect size. And it's like it would be the perfect time for me to make that decision. Like I don't think I'm that established. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but I think
Mhm.
like I have a community where I feel like some people might come with me to Mixer, some people might not. But when it's hard, it's really hard too, because you also mentioned like the time that you've invested like on Twitch. So
Mhm.
I've been on Twitch for a year and a half. Would that time be wasted? And I can see some people might say that that is true, that you wasted a year and a half on Twitch, but I feel like it gives you such an advantage for starting fresh on Mixer, because you've learned a year and a half, you have a year and a half worth of knowledge of streaming on a huge platform, and you can bring that knowledge with you over to Mixer, which is crazy.
Yeah.
My thoughts are kind of all over the place with this, but like basically I think for me and you and the size that we are, I think it's a really good idea to make that choice without having like serious consequences
Yeah.
happen.
I'm pretty much on the same page with that. So my whole thing is I don't look at my year, because it would have been a year in a month, a little less than a month. It would have been a year on Twitch for me. So we would have been having
Mhm.
the year on Twitch party. So sorry for anybody that was looking forward to that. Love you. Um, but my thing with it is I don't look at it as time wasted, because I mean Miss Hobo Slayer said, if you're having a good time, it's not time wasted, which I agree with. But even more
Mhm.
so, I look at it as that is a year of experience that I have to take to a new platform, where, like, I think about it as if I was in this position a year ago, knowing what I know now, and I hit go live on Twitch, what I would be able to do. I fumbled, I have screwed up, I have blatantly, allowed things to go on that I shouldn't have. I had allowed users to stay around that I should have banned. I allowed people to dictate my content. All things you learn over time as you do this, what does work and doesn't work, especially specifically to you. So
Mhm.
I think a year of experience to go into this platform was, in my opinion, at least for me, the perfect timing,
Yeah.
because now I have a year of experience in not only how to do this and how to be, I don't know, mildly entertaining, um, but
Yeah.
also the experience in the fact that I have learned how to build a community and the kind of community I want to build. See, when everybody first starts, in my opinion, everybody has the same reasons for starting streaming for the most part. It's one of two things. I want to be ninja and make a ton of money and stream video games and get paid to do it, or I want to build a community of people that I can become friends with and hang out with and so on and so forth. But it's easy to say I want to build a community. I can tell you, at least when I started compared to now, I don't have a clue what I thought of at the time as I wanted in my community. My definition of community has changed so much over the past year, learning and growing, that I really think everybody can say that, everybody's all about community, and I agree with that. Community is awesome, and that's why, especially with TRUgaming, it's so great. But I think the problem is not so much that, but when you say you want to start a community as somebody who's never done this before and never streamed and maybe, a viewer in parts of some communities, you've never you've never turned around and had the experience to decide what kind of a community you want to build. And I see, so this is going to be a little different tonight because I can tell, I already know that this night is going to go in a sense of people are going to have their opinions, which we are going to address, and I am going to specifically address things that I think now that I've been over there for a week, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot of time, but I've been a viewer over there for almost 2 months now. So mostly Beck says in the chat, that's where she can't understand someone leaving Twitch because Mixer doesn't have close to the community that Twitch has. And then Jim Watts actually just put it the same way I was about to, is Mixer's more tightly knit and less saturated in a lot of ways. The whole thing is, so I have a question for mostly Bex, and I will read it off once it's answered, in between my answer, just so that everybody listening at home can see her response. Is my question to you is, how much time have you spent on Mixer getting to know the community? So my thing is, there was a huge difference, in my opinion, between communities on Twitch and communities on Mixer. The biggest thing I found over on Mixer is that never once did I feel like I was overlooked or because I was the new person, I was ignored over there. And a lot of that with me was the fact that I could go in there and I asked a lot of questions about Mixer as a platform in comparison to Twitch. And I was asking a lot of streamers at all different levels on the platform. And even streamers, I'm talking 1,500 to 2,000 viewers, took the time to sit there and say, hey, look, you know, I don't have a problem with Twitch, blah, blah, blah. It's just, you know, I choose Mixer because it's less saturated. I find that I enjoy my content over here. There is a big, big, you know, community aspect to it. And that was a lot of my thing with going over there, is that had I gone into a Twitch chat with 1,000 viewers, let's say, or even 500 viewers or 100 viewers, doesn't matter. 9 times out of 10, if I walked into a Twitch chat and said, hey, you know, I'm thinking about swapping over to Twitch from Mixer, you know, the response I would have gotten 9 times out of 10 would have been Mixer, lol, Mixer, omega, lol. I can't believe you're on Mixer. What are you talking about, Mixer? That's not a streaming platform. You must only stream from Xbox. You must only play Fortnite. There's no such thing as variety streaming. I mean, this list goes on forever. And every single person that answered that question probably never had been on Mixer for more than 5 minutes. I don't know, Cass, what do you think about it?
Well, I know I mentioned this to you earlier. You and I, we've talked about this a lot over the last week, but for me, it's like exactly what you just said. And this goes for any like debate, is you have the fanboys of whatever they like. So there's people that like Twitch just because it's Twitch, and they've never even given Mixer a chance. It's like the people who want to have the Xbox versus PlayStation debate, or the, you know, iPhone versus Android debate. It's the same thing with, like, I feel like with Twitch and Mixer, it's like you have people who have like literally spent 0 time on Mixer and are so judgmental, and it's just like this, it's I don't even, I can't even have conversations about it at that point because like it's really hard to, you know, I can, it's okay to have a preference, you know, but it doesn't make sense to, in my opinion, Mixer is doing really awesome things. You can't deny that. But there are people that just don't know. They don't know about it. They don't keep up with it. They don't spend time on Mixer. So they're the ones that are hating on it, and they don't even really know what it's about, you know. And that I think is, that's like a Twitch culture thing almost. But
all right. Well, Bex is waiting to get pulled in here as soon as I can find my mouse cursor, because it's lost. But we're gonna pull her in because mostly Bex was the person that had originally brought up the part about the community, so I'm interested to see what she has to say. Hi.
Hi, I hope you can hear me right away this time.
I can, and you've been here, so I don't have to adjust your audio, which is awesome.
Oh, that's good news.
So yeah, so I just kind of, I'm curious what your experience is with Mixer.
You just cut out there, but
oh, I'm sorry. I'm curious what your experience is with Mixer.
Okay, so my experience with Mixer, I'm gonna kind of preface this with, like, obviously I've kind of drawn my line in the sand pretty early because I am a really proud Twitch community member, right? But I have spent some time on Mixer. We do have a pretty decent Mixer community out here as well. And I definitely felt that like grass is greener itch at one point and took a look at Mixer, watched Mixer for a while, did my research to see if it was going to be worthwhile for me. And what I was really trying to say in the chat, which is really difficult to say in like when you're trying to spam your keys as hard as you can to get like 12 words out, is for me, Twitch is the reason I have most of my IRL friends at this point in my life. I met a lot of my friends when I came into the Twitch community, and we became very, very close very rapidly. And we have other things that we have in common as well. But for me, my Twitch community is like my family. And I'm not even talking like viewer to streamer. I'm talking the other communities that I'm a part of, whether it be TRUgaming or United or whatever that might look like.
Yeah.
And as far as I've seen overall, it is a completely different kind of scenario. Just 1 second. My mother-in-law is like yelling down at my husband. So if you could hear that in the background, I'm sorry.
You're all good. I've lived that life. I get it.
It's like the most MVP. But for me, it was just kind of, even though I liked a lot of what Mixer is doing, and I can't deny like what Mixer has put out there. Obviously, Mixer like laid grounds for other streaming platforms to really like step it up. And especially a lot of the new programs that they're introducing, they're super cool and really interesting.
Yep.
Like I can't deny any of that. But for me, Twitch kind of...
Twitch feels like home for you.
Obviously, like there's bad eggs in every bunch, but the people that I've been surrounded with on Twitch, I have never found anything close on Mixer. I do have to say, like, I've only really spent probably about a month trying to seriously look at Mixer. So
yeah,
obviously you have a little bit more time than I do as far as like that side of things. So I'm actually really interested. This is a very interesting episode for me to hear you talk about why you decided to change.
I'm glad. Yeah, and I mean, back to what you're saying about that, and I understand that, and I feel that, and I knew this when I switched, and I said this when I switched, and I have told everybody that was in my community that is a diehard bleed purple person, they are Twitch through and through, that I'm not mad at anybody for not swapping platforms. I never expected anyone to make the transition over because it's a big ask. You know what I mean? You're so used to just jumping on Twitch every day and so on and so forth. But like my thing with Twitch too is that my biggest thing right now with Twitch is the affiliate program and what it has done to the platform. I have been watching Twitch since it was Justin.tv. So it's, you know, it's not like it's out of a realm for me to know, you know, Twitch culture through and through. I've watched guys like, you know, Tim the Tatman go from 1,000 viewers to 30,000 and from 200,000 followers to 3 million. I mean, these guys have grown, and this platform is the flagship. I'm the first one to admit it. I will never say that Twitch isn't. The problem, in my opinion, is that Twitch introduced the affiliate program. And while the affiliate program is great for your hobbyist streamer, in my opinion, so it has allowed the hobbyist streamer to monetize their gaming habit. So I can come on, I can hang out with 10 of my friends and stream and get affiliate, and those 10 people can sub to me and drop some bits and so on and so forth, and my games are paid for that month. That's awesome. But where I think the platform has hurt from the affiliate status is that you've readily made it available for almost every person to monetize their content. There is over 400,000 Twitch affiliates. That is insanity to me. Because the problem is now every single person is just coming, not every single person. Let me rephrase that because I don't want people to get mad. At least half. And again, I don't have statistics to back this up, but just knowing people and doing what I do for a living and dealing with people, they're out for the dollar. You know, it goes back to my original statement over why people actually start streaming. They either want to make money from playing video games or they want to hang out and build a community and have friends that they can chill with every day while they're live, or however, what days they do. The affiliate program has hurt content on this platform so much because there is no reason to work anymore. There's no reason to push good content, with the exception of a few, you know, a group of people, but now even the partner program has become so saturated that even if you're pushing out great content, you're dwarfed by a guy playing Fortnite who's at 100,000 viewers. And then as you scale that down, it takes you the first 10 people before you see any sort of variety outside of Fortnite or Call of Duty. I think the readily monetization of this platform is what's slowly killing it. But the problem is, you know, being at TwitchCon and talking to Twitch staff and stuff like that, a lot of them are on this page, but the problem is you shot the shot already. There's no taking it back. You can't unpull this trigger because it's become too much, one, of a cash cow, but two, it's now part of the culture. People expect it. People expect to come on this platform and make money as soon as they can. And it was the same thing YouTube did. And it's what destroyed YouTube. And then they reeled it back and caught so much shit for it. Because YouTube monetized everybody. I had a monetized YouTube with 30 viewers. I mean, it was ridiculous. And then they turned around and told people that they were demonetizing their channels if they had under 1,000 subscribers. And people lost their minds. Can you imagine if Twitch turned around tomorrow and said they were dropping the affiliate program if you were under 50 concurrent viewers? This platform would explode. People would go to wherever the hell Twitch's headquarters is and riot. And that's my appeal. That's
too easy to get.
That's my appeal to Mixer. And I don't take anything away from those people that have gotten partnered. Like Miss Hobo Slayer just got partnered. She's in the chat. She worked her ass off. She's been on this platform for 4 years making content, learning what works and what doesn't. And now she's at a point where she finally found the formula that worked for her to get her to that point in the partner. And now, for anybody that listens to Professor Broman, this is his famous quote, and I couldn't agree with it more, is that she's passed the job interview. Because that's what partner is now on this platform. Partner is passing the job interview and getting to the likes of Ninja and Tim the Tatman and Soda Poppin and all those guys. That's the CEO level of this platform now. And it's just, the affiliate program has kind of made you like a paid intern on Twitch. Like, it's just, and for some people, that's the grind that they need. But my whole thing with a lot of it is that they turn around and Twitch, from day one, when you start streaming on this platform, they lay out a set of numbers that you have to meet. They put it in your face. They give you achievements. Get this many hours. Get this many people in your chat. Get this many people talking at the same time. Blah, 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 blah. This is how you hit affiliate. This is how you hit partner. This is how you monetize your stream more. They have made this platform systematically about numbers from day one. Their internal metric tells the new streamer it's not about building community anymore. It's about getting numbers. And, you know, Ms. Hobo Slayer just said it. Even if you get those numbers, you're not guaranteed anything. It's not a guaranteed a partnership. Yeah, most of the time you're guaranteed affiliateship, but like that's the thing. From day one, they have made this platform about numbers. You have a checklist. Your job is to hit that checklist. Regardless of community, you're trying to figure out how to make your next 10 viewers, your next 100 followers, your next, $20 in subs or donations. You're trying to hit, the number. Even once you're partnered, they make it about numbers. All right, you're partnered now. Now the game is sub points so that you can get more emotes. You know what I mean? The game is viewership so you can get more ad revenue. That's how they've turned this platform, in my opinion, and this is my beef with Twitch ever since the affiliate program. And again, I'm somebody that's been here since it turned into Twitch. They've changed it so much where, like, I remember when Tim the Tatman got his sub button, I have never been more excited for some random stranger on the internet in my life. And now, like, yeah. I'm excited for Amy that she has partner and everything like that. But that's because I have a personal community relationship with her, where I think that a lot of the time now you see people getting partnered and you're just like, oh, another person got partnered. That's cool. And the other problem, I think Twitch has created this culture where you support someone to the point where they get partner and you're like, wow, I was there for that. We helped them get partner. Let's move on to the next affiliate that we think should have partner. And now we're not watching that partner anymore. And then I just think that's one of the biggest problems on this platform. And it wasn't just, for me, at least the jump, it's not so much the grass is greener on the other side, and I see the potential of the platform, and I see the potential of my content over there because it's very unique in comparison to Twitch. But I also see the fact that they're content creator minded and not just pumping as much money out of it as possible minded. And I just went on a 10-minute rant, so I apologize.
You did.
It's okay.
You did.
I took notes so that I could like actually address the stuff and not just like fall off the bandwagon. I'm like one of those type A people. So
That's all good.
I agree with you for the first part. Like, affiliate is way too easy to get. In all honesty, in the metric that I think affiliate would be appropriate for, I don't even think I would be one.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that I don't put my time in, I don't put in the big work, and that I don't have an amazing community. It's that when it comes to affiliacy, there should be a higher bar set, because at its our core, and the reason I think that Twitch has gone the numbers route, and I do agree that it kind of leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, but in the same vein, I have to kind of admit that it's a little genius, because we're all gamers, and there is nothing that gives me more revved up in the morning than waking up and I have like this app called Habitic on my phone, and it's basically a way to gamify your habits. And it gives me fake points that tell me that I did a good job. And I know it's like the lamest thing, but it like you could up level a character. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons space. Anyway, that's irrelevant. What I'm saying is that we as gamers and people who love games, we love systems. We love XP. We love ways that we can track our progress. We love to see that little tick that says, "Hey, dude, you did it." And it's...
Hello? Oh, we lost her. Chat, something happened.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
At the end of the day, like, you don't have to accept affiliate, right? Oh, sorry, did I cut out?
Yeah, you did.
Oh no. Okay.
It's all good.
What I was basically saying was, it's really intelligent of Twitch to use that kind of drive that we all have within us, because that's kind of what we're they already know we're into that, in order to obviously monetize, as well as a number of other things. Do I think that everyone should accept affiliate the moment that they get the option? No. If I could go back in my Twitch career and I could refuse affiliacy, I think I might. And I might wait until I was at that 25, 50 viewer mark, somewhere where I felt like my content was at a point and my community was at a point where you are building something more than just that number. I also think that in a lot of ways too, the platform is still what you make of it. And I mean, obviously, if you are very serious about Twitch and you're serious about a career in streaming video games, whether it be any platform, your ultimate goal is eventually to make an income off of this. Do I think that your community should be responsible for that? No. Do I think that there are other ways that you can make your money doing that? 100%. But it's also about what you want at the end of the day. For me, even though I would love to do this full time, I don't see Twitch as a cash cow. And to me, the relationships that I've built, I put on a higher pedestal than any dollar value I'll ever take out of it. And that's kind of the nice thing about being able to refuse things. Like, you can refuse affiliates, you can refuse being a partner. You don't have to say yes to those things, because they're contracts presented to you by Twitch. They are options that you are given. The platform really is, at the end of the day, still what you make out of it, which is kind of cool. But I don't see, at least right now, for me, I don't see that opportunity with Mixer, but maybe it's because I haven't seen enough of Mixer yet.
So, yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of your points, and I agree, the platform, it's like anywhere, it's what you make of it. The same can be said about Mixer or Caffeine even. You know, any of these platforms are what you make of it, of course. But systematically as a whole, like you said, business-wise, gamifying people's way to earn money is the smartest thing in the world, of course. Amazon and Twitch are on the ball with that. It's the best marketing in the world. It's awesome for Amazon and it's awesome for Twitch. Who it's not awesome for is the content creator. Because it's cool to hit those achievements, don't get me wrong, but I can't tell you, in part of the reasoning behind this switch for me is that I got so focused on my numbers, I lost sight of just doing this for the community. Like, it would literally affect my mood if my average dropped. I mean, Cass and I had talked about this off stream a few times, but like it was prior to TwitchCon where my numbers had seen, you know, I saw like a 10 to 15 person dip for almost a month. And I was like mortified. And in hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I've made this jump to the point where I am not, you know, numbers don't mean jack for me at this point right now, I'm so much happier and I'm so much more community oriented, and it doesn't matter. I could have 3 people in there. I could have nobody in there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's hard to say that I could have nobody in there. If I had nobody in my chat, it would probably kill me a little bit inside. And I'm the first one to admit that. And I feel that struggle because I was there for so long and I get it. But my whole thing is just like, I don't want to be that person that focuses on numbers. And I think that was a lot of the problem, is that they gamified it so much that it made me want to focus on the numbers. And what kind of turned me, other than just going to TwitchCon and seeing 40,000 partners and I had no idea who they were, was when I got access to the bounty board. The bounty board is the primest example of the problem on Twitch. It's great for partners that are established and that have already built these communities and put in the work. It's an amazing program for partners. They should have never opened it up to affiliates, because now somebody like me, I was averaging 40 to 50 viewers last month, and I had 7 bounties in my thing, and only one of those games are a game that I would have ever played on stream, a game that would have ever fit my content. But that doesn't matter to Twitch. What matters is the numbers. I have the numbers to be able to promote that content the way they want to. So it doesn't matter to Twitch that I play shooters, because they want me to play Black Desert Online for an hour to make $30.
Yeah. But that's one of those things too, like what I was kind of saying before, where like YouTube or even Instagram or any of like the very monetized social media platforms, right? You do at the end of the day have a choice for what exactly you want to bring into your community, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
play scary games. It's like a general rule. I actually don't play anything that has any kind of blood violence. And I've had people request me over and over and had people buy me games that include it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've played with them privately, and I still have never played on stream because
Yeah.
it's a choice. It's something that you set out for your community. So I definitely see your point. I can see where those things are huge turnoffs. But I guess maybe I choose to see things through like the purple covered glasses. And I'm like, I can see how I can make the platform what I need it to be.
Yep.
And I don't to jump into the things that it's offering. Thinking I'm gonna go cut out for a second here. I can see my
No, you're
there
all
we
right.
go. Okay. So I
Oh.
understand like why you decided to transition. I think somebody says, "Oh, I'm thinking about going to Mixer," and then saying like, "Who's Mixer?" That's not for me. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing. It doesn't benefit anybody to be negative about it.
No,
I'm
absolutely.
just very curious, like long term, do you mind sharing what your overall goals are for streaming? Like, do you want this to be a career at some point, or
I
is it
mean,
something that
in an ideal world, this is something that I'm very realistic about, and I'm very transparent about everything when it comes to this and everything. You know, when it comes to streaming and the money behind it and everything else, I'm very transparent about. So for me personally, yeah, obviously the dream would be to full-time content create. But when I say full-time content create, I don't mean just streaming full-time. I mean streaming full-time hours and then doing YouTube content, spending the time on social media, spending the time networking. That's the dream. But I'm a very realistic person. I have a family to support and all of this other stuff. And I'm in a very good position and I have a very good job that I enjoy. For me to walk away from that, I am very real with people that I would need to make a significant amount of money on a consistent basis over at least the minimum of 6 months, where I know I could support my family as comfortably as I do now, probably more comfortably. And the only reason I say that, and it is not a greed thing, it's for me to walk away from the stability of my real job. I would need something that is at a level where I couldn't consciously turn it away. You know what I mean? And think, you know, people, I couldn't have somebody look at me and be like, dude, you turn down $7,000 a month to do what you want to do. Like, at that point, but my problem is I'd have to make that kind of money, and I'm just using 7 as a number. That's not my end goal, whatever, but I would have to make that consistently for 6 months. At least, because, and it would have to be from several different sources, because I couldn't have my life reliant on 1 or 2 specific people that I donate every month. You know, Ashley Christ is somebody who's very popular right now with the stream coaching and everything, but that is what she did. She had somebody she was straight relying on, went full time, and then that revenue disappeared, and she was left with nothing at the time. And now look at her. She took that and she turned that into fire and she made something out of it. But that's my whole thing. Long term, I think Mixer is going to be here to stay. I don't think Mixer's going anywhere, and I think it's only seeing growth. This past month in October, for the number of people in the chat, Mixer saw an 8% growth where Twitch saw a 2.5% decrease. Now, mind you, on the grand scale of numbers, you're talking 880 million interactions on the internet in comparison to, 15, 20 million. But it's still growth. They're streamers. The same thing. I look at Mixer as I looked at Twitch after Justin TV. Because Mixer flopped, or not Mixer flopped, Twitch went from guys like Tim the Tapman, who only saw 1,000 to 2,000 viewers or 200,000 followers. Now this guy is sitting 7-8 years into the platform, 5 years as, him streaming, at 3 million follows and 30,000 concurrent viewers and so on and so forth. And Mixer is in that same exact spot right now that Twitch was when those guys started. They just had their first streamers break over 100,000 followers and so on and so forth. You got averages of 1 to 2 to 3,000 people over there watching streamers, stuff like that. So I see the writing on the wall, and they're very content oriented, and that's how Twitch was originally. And I'm not saying that Twitch doesn't care about content anymore. That's not the choice, or that's not the thing I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say with it so much is that Twitch has kind of progressed into what it is now. It's a media powerhouse. At the end of the day, that's what Twitch is. The only difference is it's on the internet instead of television. It is a media powerhouse, and it has its top tier entertainers and people. And then it has the offshoot networks that are either going to survive or not. And that is what your affiliates and your lower end partners are to Twitch. We like you because you make us money, but if you don't succeed, it's not going to kill the platform. If Ninja was to turn around and say, frick it, I'm out tomorrow, this platform would be in panic mode because of the amount of lost revenue. But my stopping on Twitch does nothing to them. You know what I mean? So, but my whole point with that is that Mixer is at the point, in my opinion, that Twitch was 5 years ago. Mixer is still a very new platform, and they are introducing innovative things. And how I know Mixer is at least going to be a survivable platform is the fact that Twitch is gouging everything they're doing. Because concurrent substreaks, multi-streaming, sub-second latency, all of those things are things Mixer has had since the start, because it's community-based, and Twitch has been playing catch-up ever since. Even though they might be the big platform and they're way ahead in money and views and so on and so forth, community-wise, they are playing catch-up like crazy. They're, the keynote was kind of the prime example of that this year. Everything they did in the keynote was a Mixer feature for the most part. That was already established and not coming out, like Squads is coming out in January in beta to select people. How is that not fully ready to go when Mixer has been running it for years without an issue? This is a lot of my thing with Twitch. Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, my big thing with improvements to the platform for Twitch and why they tend to take so long is I have to assume that because of the size of the server that it must take to implement.
Oh, you're cutting out on us.
Years.
Oh, Bex. You completely cut. I'm sorry. I know you had a point. And I get what you're saying. It's server size. I believe that's where she was going with that chat. It's okay. I have to pull others in. Oh my god. Everything is falling apart here. Bex, I appreciate it. Let me see if I can get you in one more time so we can say goodbye properly. Hi. No. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Bex. I have to grab others anyway. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping in. Cass, tell me to shut up.
I'm here. I'm here for the listening.
All right, I'm gonna grab. I don't know if he wants me to call him by his name, so we'll let him determine that. Hello, hello, it's me.
Hello.
Oh, there it is. Hi.
Hi. You can
Hey.
call me Slick.
Okay, I didn't because I
Um,
saw your Discord name, so I didn't want to go with one or the other.
so this is like my first time calling in.
Mm-hmm.
Love the podcast. It's awesome stuff.
Well, thank you.
And my question is, from your short time on Mixer, how is the audience versus Twitch? I noticed whenever I dabbled over on Mixer, it felt maybe a little bit younger and maybe a little bit more what am I gonna get from you? Am I gonna get to play a game with you, or like it wasn't just like on Twitch where I get people who actually do enjoy watching gameplay
Mm-hmm.
or just chatting. I get a lot of people on Mix that would just jump in and be like, "Oh, can I play with you?"
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that was your same experience. Like,
Let
what
me
was
ask
your
you,
experience with
what
the
did you
viewers
stream?
there?
What did you stream when you were doing it?
I did a lot of Destiny, Warframe, and then now I do just whenever I go on there for just one day a week,
Mm-hmm.
I do Ring of Elysium just because I love that game so much. So I
Okay.
just figure I'd bring it over there.
Yeah, I mean, I personally haven't had that experience. The one thing, so I run my channel personally a lot like we do here. For the first hour of my stream, I'll sit in just chatting, or their equivalent of it is called web shows, and I'll sit in it and I will BS with everybody in the chat about a topic. I'll normally ask a question of the day, and then what what I find is that the first day I was on there, I actually had somebody who wanted to jump in Discord and discuss it in that sense, which I thought was pretty cool. But I haven't found too many people with the, I wanna join up and I wanna play and so on and so forth. Um I have found the community to be pretty much just like the community on Twitch, but I think a lot of it is how you present yourself when newer people are there. I mean, I played, the end of my day was Overwatch today, and I didn't have really many people, but I make it abundantly clear that I am here to stream and interact with the chat. I'm not really here to game with people unless, I'm doing a viewer night or something like that. It's very much in delivery, I think, a lot of it. And it was the same thing on Twitch. I had my fair share on Twitch, especially if I was playing like Fortnite, where people would come in and they'd be like, "Oh, let me play, let me play." And I make it really quick and really clear that no, that's not what we're doing here. And my personal thing with it is you can't. When I first started, I was very afraid of telling people no to anything because it was a tick on the viewer clock. Now, there's thousands of people on the platform at any given time, and you dropping one person or telling one person how it is from the start isn't really going to affect them. So to fully answer your question, I haven't had anything like that, and I've had pretty decent viewership. I mean, grant you, half of it is my Twitch community that came over with me, so they already know how I operate and how everything is. But my job is to entertain you at the end of the day. That's how I look at it. My job is to make your time here fun and welcoming and bullshit with you. And I treat my, community as friends, and that's how we interact. And whilst I'll play games with friends sometimes, most of the time I don't, even in real life. I like to play my games, without the reliant on other people. Every once in a while, if I want to play, depending on what it is, if it's something that I want to squad up in a game or something like that, then of course I invite people in. But I have not run into that too much. I also don't stream Fortnite over there. I tested the waters on Fortnite today just because I wanted to test the new update. And I mean, I didn't see any better performance out of Fortnite than I did when I was Variety playing Red Dead or playing Warframe at the end of my stream the other day. So I hope that helps.
Oh, it definitely does. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, man.
And I just want to say what I really love about Mixer
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that they try to allow everyone to be involved, and I love their way they're doing their sparks that support the partners when you use their skills,
Uh-huh.
which is like a chat sticker. I love that, trying to lower the barrier so more people can feel a part of the community rather than just subs or just people that can buy bits. I love
Exactly.
that aspect.
Yes, so do I, and that was one of my main reasons for moving, because I can't tell you how many times viewers feel uncomfortable because they can't resub or they can't donate or they can't drop bits like everybody else is. And now Mixer has given the average viewer the reward for spending their most important currency, which is their time in a channel. So I'm really glad you said that, because it's a really awesome point.
Yeah, it's so true.
Awesome. Thanks for having this topic and having me on. You guys are awesome. Have a good
Absolutely.
night.
Thank you. I appreciate
You
you calling
too,
and
thanks.
asking questions. All right. So right before I drag Jim in, I'm going to give Cass the floor on the, because Cass is checked out. Don't shake your head. You already know what I'm going to say. It's fine. So he brought up the Sparks thing. And the reason I want
Yeah.
Cass to get into it is because Cass has looked into the Sparks. But to educate everybody on what the Spark system is on Mixer and how the fact that Twitch still hasn't done it. But go ahead.
Yeah, so you earn sparks, which I don't think I know the value of sparks. But I'm just
So-
going to compare them to bits for
So Sparks you
comparison.
earn for free over time by viewing. So that's how they work.
Right. But you earn them just by being in streams.
Yep.
And the reason why I love them so much is because I have some good friends that are in my community, and they'll stay up so late clicking ad after ad on somebody's stream to earn bits so that they can cheer them to their streamers. And I feel guilty. I feel so guilty that like my friends on Twitch have to do that. They have to spend their time earning bits that way. And it bothers me. It bothers me because I would rather you not cheer to me and spend your time in a more useful way than spend your time watching ads to cheer bits to me. It just is so messed up to me, and I hate that so much. But it's appreciated. I don't want to say like I don't appreciate it, because I definitely do. But the reason that Mixer appeals to me, the sparks at Mixer are so great, are because you're rewarded for hanging out in a stream, and you earn sparks, and you can, and not only that, but the things you can do with the sparks are so cool. They're so cool. They're so interactive. I have no complaints. The whale. I'm a fan of the whale. Okay.
So what the whale is, by the way, chat, because everybody's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" You can spend, I think it's 2,000 or 5,000 sparks, but whatever it is, and when you click it, it actually animates this floating whale across your chat screen for everyone to see, which I thought was the coolest thing in the world. And it doesn't require you to add any extra stress on your OBS and your stuff like that. But essentially, there's something I was hoping bits would turn into, but they never did. So that's unfortunate. But I'm gonna pull Jim in because Jim wanted to talk. God, so many callers tonight, huh? Who would have thought this topic would have drove everybody nuts? Hi, Jim. Oh,
hi.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Jim.
Okay, first of all, I want to say I appreciate you both.
Aw, I love you, Jim.
And you know, Snoop,
Mm-hmm.
I've been having a really big plague on my mental health lately, because of stuff with Twitch. And honestly, like seeing you take this bold move and this switch, like, and just seeing like personally how happy you are, really makes me happy.
Oh, thank you.
Because I get the struggle, man. Like, I think it boils back down to when I started on Twitch, I had made YouTube content. And I was like, man, I really hate editing videos because I just don't have the patience for the complexity that it would take to make a good video to have it go on YouTube to get maybe 10 views on YouTube, right? And then I checked out Twitch because I had an Xbox and it was like, hey, you can stream from your Xbox onto this platform. I was like, well, this is kind of neat. I can live stream stuff and comment in real time and chat with people.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy. This is like the coolest thing ever for an interaction. I'm like, there are people sitting there watching me play a video game and just talking to me. Like, it's just like this amazing experience. And I streamed and I had fun and I constantly went creative on things, and nothing mattered. Numbers did not matter. None of that even crossed my mind. And we just had, there was just partnership.
Yep.
You could just be a partner. That was it. So you could have like Game Wisp, which was a cool alternative to get subs if people wanted to, but you didn't feel pressured to get subs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There was you could still do PayPal, so people could donate to you if they wanted to help you out, which was awesome because I found people were just kind and generous in that regard. And then Twitch announced affiliate, and I was like, oh, neat, affiliate. This sounds like a really cool thing. And they announced the requirements, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, I really hope I get it. I think I meet these requirements. And affiliate rolled out, and, you know, in the first, I remember getting it on day one that affiliate came out, and I got it on day one, and I was just so friggin' excited. I was like, I can't believe I'm an affiliate, right? It seemed like this really cool milestone after streaming on Twitch for, you know, I think it was about 6 months at that point. I was like, this is really neat.
Yeah.
And it just started where you couldn't get subs. You could only receive bits. And it was cool because my homie Stoopler in chat here was just one of these beasts of friends who, as soon as that bit thing went up, was just so generous, and it was so cool and interesting. Bits for the first time. You couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? And it was great at first, and you know, there was a bunch of affiliates at first, but like we talked about, over time it's become this just oversaturated thing, this numbers game. And then when the checklist came out and Partner had a number on it, Partner used to be more so based on the content. You still had to have a really good amount of viewers, but it used to be on a case-to-case basis. Twitch slapped wait, can I swear on this one?
As long as you don't drop F-bombs, yeah, you're good.
Fine. This is a Christian Minecraft server.
Exactly.
Twitch freaking put a number on Partner, therefore, in my opinion, demoralizing what it meant. They said, if you don't get 75 concurrent viewers, you're not good enough.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And I remember seeing it, and I'm like, okay, 75, like that seems like, you know, I wasn't too skeptical or jaded about it at first. And I realized it still is kind of case to case, but what really bothered me was after Partner got a checklist, so a bunch of people were supporting each other, and they were boosting each other by rating and hosting each other to get everyone's numbers up there.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people that I'm close with that are great people that got Partner right away. Oh my god, 500 plus as a suggestion.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, right? Like, it did say that, right? But okay, so people got super boosted, and I know people that I'm friends with that got Partner, but after they got those boosts and those raids, and Twitch said, okay, 75, here's your partnership.
Yep.
Those people, that support for them dropped off because people are like, well, we did our good deed, we got this person Partner.
Exactly.
Right? And moved on. This is why I totally agree with you. But the thing was, months later down the road, Twitch is like, actually, hosts and raids, yeah, they don't count anymore. Changing what they had just put out as their guideline for it, they altered it. And I was like, okay, so did you just decide you've been handing out too many? And then you know what, as it goes on and on, I just thought it was, what the like, what changes next? What, as time goes on, you know, the problem is that because there's so many affiliates, and that Twitch makes you feel like if you're not Partner, you're not good enough in a lot of ways. And on top of that, even when you are a Partner now, like, I mean, you're again having to try to be recognized in the sea of partners, because like you said, now it's just the demographic of it has changed. And I do agree, partnership is more of a contract now. That being said, I'm so proud of all you amazing people that have achieved it. You have worked hard. You do deserve it every bit. Despite how Twitch is handling it, you deserve
it. Hit it.
You know, you put your work.
Partner has lost a lot of value by the way they've handled it. And it used to be, you know, they tell you that you're part of the elite content creation team on Twitch, but now you got to look at it as that elite content creation is upwards of almost 40,000 content creators, where when that email used to go out, you were one of a couple thousand in a sea of hundreds of thousands of people on the platform. You know, you were the ones that put the time in and not only put the ball to the grind, but you also made quality content enough to stick out, because I can stream 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, but if I'm not putting out good content, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And again, 75 is not an unrealistic number. I'm not saying
No.
that it's an unfair number. Definitely not. 75 average viewers, I think, is a decent number for consideration. But if you can't hit that, it doesn't mean you're not gonna. First of all, guys, like, if you're struggling and the viewer count is consuming you and you're thinking that you're not good enough because of it, you are good enough. Don't let those numbers define you, because trust me, as someone who has been struggling, feeling like they aren't good enough because Twitch says I'm not good enough, doesn't mean you're not. The impact you've left, just think, even if you only have 5 consistent viewers, there's 5 people who care about you and come to your stream every time. Those people matter. And it's easy to forget that when you're trying to grind for partner. And I see so much path to partner or grind a partner or help boost me into a partner. It's like, what's the fucking rush?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but that's how Twitch has made it now. That's my whole thing with the achievement system. Is Twitch has made it, you're here to hit points. You know what I mean? And that's your whole job now when you stream. You're not here to make content. You're here to hit points.
No, I totally agree. And after watching, when you made the jump to Mixer, I think you making the jump to Mixer is like, biddies, is great, because it kind of paves the way and shows a lot of people that out of all of us, it's possible. Like, don't stress so much. Twitch isn't the end all be all. If you feel like you're feeling stagnant or you don't feel you're achieving what you want to, there are options out there, and it doesn't hurt to look at your options. And like you said, I got to bring it back to the Sparks thing. I was dicking around making my page, right? And then went and watched streams, and I was like, oh, let me go check out the stream of this person. I'm earning this currency by being a viewer. And like you said, and I agree, people's time is what's most important. And a simple integration for rewarding people for their view time, which Twitch, you got to get on this. If you really want to be the forefront of broadcasting, a simple thing to reward those people that leave a stream up, that might only say a few things, but they make a point to have your stream open or be there. You're rewarded for that, because it's super important. And I've just seen lately that, like, Twitch will make lurkers feel unimportant, and it's garbage. Like, everyone should feel important, right?
Absolutely. I agree with that.
I don't know. I really liked that aspect. That and the zero latency is freaking incredible.
Yeah, that's
crazy cool.
I couldn't believe it.
That's so amazing. But that's the power of a tech company being behind the system, because everything is all their servers are housed inside. It's everything is done by them, and that's why they're able to pull off the low latency. And the other really cool thing, which a lot of people overlooked at the season 2 announcement, which I love, is how many people have bad net, and you have to cater your bitrate to that. Mixer automatically adjust bitrate output to users now. So regardless, if I'm streaming in 1080p at a 7,000 bitrate and you have, a 3 download, it will automatically scale it down without even having encoder options.
That's friggin' incredible. I mean, like...
But that's my thing with Mixer, and why I keep saying how they're so content creator oriented and so viewer oriented in comparison to, where Twitch, and I get Twitch's struggle, because Amazon is not a tech company at the core. No. You know what I mean? And Twitch, when they were prior to being part of Amazon, they didn't have the infrastructure to be able to implement those kind of systems. And I get that.
Yeah.
And they've made great strides with low latency and everything like that. But even low latency is still 2 to 3 seconds, which, I mean, for original Twitch users, we all know that it's insanely PogChamp in comparison to how it used to be, where I'd wait 10 to 12 seconds to get a reply from the streamer I was talking to. But it's the craziest thing in the world to be able to look at chat and have somebody type something and me respond and they hear it. And it's a conversation now. It's not even the tiniest bit of a delay. I have what I call streamer brain all the time, and my even now on FTL I do it. I look at the chat and I'll read something and then I'll say some stuff and then that person will reply a few seconds after I've said it and I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? And they're like, you just said that, and I'm like, oh yeah.
I do that all the time.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I think the good thing is Mixer has had. See, Twitch has been around for longer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, Mixer is gaining ground. Mixer has Twitch's mistakes to learn from. Twitch has gone and screwed the pooch on a lot of things, and Mixer's able to be like, "Hey, this is what not to do." They already know. They've had the best thing about Mixer starting out and gaining ground now and gaining ground as a platform is that because Twitch has been around and done this or done that, Mixer was able to be like, "Okay, this is what hasn't worked."
Yep.
So let's improve on that. They've been able to see what people like, and honestly, like Stoopler and I were talking about this, the code of conduct on Mixer is so much better, and their anti-bullying policies and everything makes them phenomenal.
The coolest thing I've seen as a community member over there, and not even as a streamer, is I've been in chats where like you'll get on channel 1 or you'll get a front page center host as a partner, right? And so your viewership goes from, 150 to thousands of people, which is awesome, but you still get your trolls, just like Twitch. And they'll come in and they'll say racial things or homophobic things or whatever. And it's almost celebrated over there for you to turn around and be like, everybody in chat, report that guy's account, and let's physically watch his entire Microsoft account get wiped from the platform. They IP ban people on Mixer.
Good.
No, absolutely.
That's...
What the
like Tori in the background.
Sorry, I didn't even think before I started.
No, it's okay.
Just...
Twitch.
All I hear is why the F in the background. I was like, oh, hi, Tori.
Twitch has been so. I'm sorry if I'm taking too much time.
No,
guys.
you're
I love
good,
all
you're
of you. And everyone in chat, you're beautiful and you're making great points. I really missed being a part of this. But the end of the day, there's so much toxicity that is rewarded on Twitch as a platform, and instead of friendly competition, it's just become toxic and so asinine. The way that streamers can be, how the masks that they'll wear, that falseness that they'll do to get an extra viewer here or there, the fact that they'll join tons of teams just to plug themselves to get like this desperation for attention, whereas Mixer has a chance to be like, yo, don't be a dick and you won't get banned, and just come here and have fun. They get the chance to do that right now, where as Twitch continue. Look, I love Twitch. I love this platform. I've been on this platform for almost 2 years. I have done amazing fun things. I've been a part of TRUgaming, which has been fantastic. I got to hug and meet Snoop. Like I formed amazing friendships and accomplished so much. Even still not being a big, huge streamer, I've worked hard, helped a ton of charities. Like I've made an impact on people's lives, and that means the world to me. Like by no means do, like, as much as I'm like shit, talking right now, I love the platform. Okay. It's just nice that there are other options out there. And honestly, dude, just from talking to you and stuff, I made an account. And started checking out streams, and I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna try a stream over there because I just want to experience it, even if it's just like one stream and I never do it again. I just want to, you know what I mean? I want to try it out because it's nice to have options. I know a streamer, and she refused the she didn't bother getting affiliate because she streams to Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube at the same time. But she's done so well with YouTube and Mixer and grown, and again, like financially, like in good ways, that she didn't need Twitch's, democracy or whatever about what's required from them to be successful. She's been interviewed by Mixer and stuff. She's actually local. I've just discovered recently. Super nice, and she runs all 3 chats, and she's very welcoming. And it's just cool that she was like, screw your affiliate program. I'm going to do all 3 at once and not, be tied down by the bounds and still succeed, right?
So
I think the
other really cool thing about Mixer that I really, really like in comparison to Twitch is that their partners are free to promote and build their brand however they see fit. And that includes streaming to Twitch at the same exact time that they are live as a partner. There is no contractual clause that prevents them from streaming to the competition, whether it be a 24-hour wait or 0 wait. They leave you to build your brand however you see fit.
That's smart.
And it's another tick in the, supporting the content creator over the number in the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Definitely.
Twitch, I mean, I don't know what the partner contract looks like, but if it's anything like the affiliate contract, I'm assuming it's even more strict when it comes to your content. So it's just, it's things like that. I encourage people to check it out and to try it, because my biggest pet peeve, and I'm a pretty mellow person when it comes to most things, but is when people have come to me this week, and this week has really showed me like the ignorant side of people, even people that I still have, I still consider a friend and everything like that. But the why would you go to Mixer? They only stream Xbox. Why would you go to Mixer? You can't variety stream. Oh, I went over there and there's like barely anybody watching X game. Here's the thing about Mixer is it's begging for variety content that it doesn't have. And the reason I say that is because I could go over there and I could start my stream and play Kingdom Hearts, and that's not even a category that's an option at the time, you know what I mean, to watch. And your viewership will steadily increase the entire time you're live, because people want to see this stuff. It's just nobody's putting it out, because everybody has this misconception that goes over there, with the exception of the people that are established there now, that they can't do these things, because you go to the page and you see the top 3 games are Fortnite, Call of Duty, and like, PUBG Mobile or some weird shit like that. It's just,
those are the 3 big ones, right? Like,
yeah, but and everybody's like, oh, that's the 3 big ones up there. You can't do anything. You have to play Fortnite. And I'm like, dude, you look at Twitch, the top 3 are the same.
Literally just, it doesn't matter where you go. Those are the 3 that are most, like, for example, Fortnite's popularity, beside the giant content creators that make it, it's free, accessible, and cross-platform to anyone. Anyone can play it. And as a game developer, that was really smart of them to put that out there. Like that's why,
and it's kid friendly.
Exactly, and that's why Fortnite has a major appeal. That's okay. Like that's why it's so big. Like, and it's gonna remain that way for a while. So like, it's okay. I think it's great that you're injecting some variety over there, because that's awesome that they're looking for it and you're able to provide that. Actually, I do have a question, because I was just browsing in that. It shows you, so you can sign into your Streamlabs, right, with your Mixer account.
Yeah.
So your custom notifications that you might use for Twitch, like follow and stuff like that, will that carry over?
So you have to re-upload everything. So it's like essentially starting a new profile. But so essentially you just, however you have your, so what I did when I used to have the custom CSS, I grabbed it from my Twitch page. I would copy and paste it into a notepad for each scene, like follow, sub, whatever. And then when I went to the Mixer side, I would upload the pieces and then turn around and then insert the code that way. But then once you do it, you're set. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing. You just have to, even Streamlabs chatbot connects with it the same way. Everything, Streamlabs chatbot's pretty cool. It actually, when you swap it over to Mixer, it creates a totally new profile on chatbot, so you don't lose your Twitch one.
Oh, that's dope. That's cool. Because I was honestly like, just from looking it out and what Stoopler and Tori and I were talking about, and talking to you and just seeing that, I'm like, you know what? Like, it can't hurt to try. And I think anyone that's curious about it, like, give it a shot. Like, there's nothing stopping you aside from make sure you pertain to what your affiliate or partner contract says, so you don't get in trouble. But there's nothing wrong with just trying it out. Like,
listen, I love everybody here, but nobody is pulling numbers like Ninja or Soda Poppin' or Tim the Tap Man, where you have to be fearful of making that jump. And that was kind of the argument that I had with a lot of people who kept, like, people were freaking out because of what my average was and how my follower was and what I grew like in a year. And my whole thing with all of it was like, I appreciate it and I'm so humbled by it and I love my community, and a lot of my community came with me when I switched.
Yeah.
But my whole thing with it is, if I can turn around and build what I did on Twitch in a year, imagine what I can do on a less saturated platform. And that was a lot of my thing. My whole goal was to build an enormously active and constantly talking community. I want to go into my Discord, and kudos to Cass, because if my Discord was half as busy as her Discord was, I'd be thrilled to tears, because her
That's
Discord
awesome.
is, I can't leave her Discord for 5 minutes because of one, I get yelled at by Cass, but two, I lost, you got to scroll back 50, 60 messages. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of community that, like, I really think I can build by moving the platform and everything else. And it's not like I'm leaving Twitch, and that's the thing I keep saying, and people keep driving me nuts. I'm not leaving Twitch. I have so many friends over here. I've built so many relationships. I've been on Twitch since it was Justin TV. I'm not leaving Twitch. I'm just not creating content on Twitch.
Yeah, guys, relax, okay?
But like, everybody's so mad at me. They're like, you're abandoning Twitch. I'm like, no, I'm not.
No, your reasons, when I read your, by the way, like your approach in that, when I read your reasons in that, it's very admirable, and I can get behind it, man. You're at the point of a content creator right now.
Mm-hmm.
You said what? You're just under a year on Twitch?
Yeah, just about to be. It would have been a year next month.
Okay, quitter. No, I'm kidding. I love it. Like, you're at that point where this kind of move, it's the best time for you to do it. You know, like, I mean, for me, I'm coming up on 2 years in January, but to be fair, my first year on streaming was under a different name with my ex. Like, I didn't start to find myself or my aesthetic on Twitch, like the whole thick K thing or whatever. Like, that only started like 6 months ago. I didn't find my identity as a content creator, until about 6 months ago. So it's just one of those things that you will find over time. And because now I just have that, that's why I'm debating, well, hey, maybe Mixer needs a arcade style thick boy hang out over with his pal Snoop and
hey,
Greg
listen,
Stu.
I'm all about people trying something different, and
yeah.
it's more so, my biggest thing is the education of what the platform is, and this stigma of this. It's freaking console wars between streaming platforms. Cass touched on it before. Oh, I like PS4 better. Oh, I like Xbox. Well, you're wrong. No, that's not how it works. You're not wrong. People have different likes in different things. My whole thing with Mixer as a core with all of these platforms, and this is what everybody loses sight of, at the end of the day, whether you're on Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, Caffeine, Facebook, or the newest thing where you're streaming from your cell phone and that's it, everybody is a content creator. Everybody is doing the same thing. We are all creating content. We are all trying to build communities. Whether we do it from Mixer, or we do it from Twitch, or we do it from Facebook, it doesn't matter, because I guarantee you, and I'm not talking about viewership, and I'm not talking about people that are, I'm talking about true content creators, not just viewers and stuff like that. If you put all of us in one room together and you didn't throw a badge on it and we weren't allowed to say where we streamed, I guarantee everybody would get along and everybody would have great conversations about how they initiate, or how they, have taken initiative to do a certain thing in their content creation, or what they've done to revolutionize their content. And at the end of the day, not a single person would give a shit where somebody was from. They would care the fact that everybody shares the common goal of wanting to create good quality content and build community aspect of everything.
You're completely right. I mean, the mere fact that someone would look down on another platform for no reason, too. I mean, just because Twitch may be the forefront or the biggest does not necessarily mean it's the best for you. And I think that's true. Find what works for you. Test it out. Test the waters. Try Mixer. Try YouTube. Try Facebook Gaming. Literally try all platforms to see what fits to you as a content creator. What do you enjoy? Right? No, I agree. And it's just it's good to see you doing this, man, because
I appreciate that.
I fully support you. Like, I consider you a good friend. I mean, regardless, we're true fam, and I'll support you wherever you go, man. So.
I love you, and I'm still gonna be on Twitch saying hi to everybody in the thick cave if I can keep my ass awake that long.
I just I'm gonna miss playing my my meme for you.
Oh, listen, I played it. I'll find a way. I'll raid you from Mixer somehow just to get it.
Cross-platform raid, dude.
Cross-platform raids.
I will just play that for you, like, anytime. Don't even worry about it.
I love your face,
dude. I love you guys, and Miss K, I think you've been doing a great job tonight with just listening to all us idiots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime.
The moral support is good. No, like you guys are great, and thanks everyone for hearing me blab. I should probably stop pretty soon. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, and it's just cool because it makes me look into other platforms as options instead of just limiting myself or being fearful. I think it's that fear that has been a big thing for me and for a lot of streamers. So you doing this, whether you realize or not, has actually just opened people's eyes and kind of paved the way to show people that it's okay for change.
I appreciate that, and that has been a well, not a repercussion, but a ripple effect that I totally didn't expect.
Yeah. Totally, man.
What were you gonna say, Cass? I'm sorry.
Well, I think what I've learned over the last week, because you and I, we watched the Mixer season 2 announcement video together, and I was so hyped about it. I was like, dude, they are doing things that I wish Twitch would do. Like, I am hyped about this, and I you know said I'm switching to Mixer, and it was half serious, half a joke, but I have had so many people DM me, and it seems like the fear, it makes me wish the affiliate program didn't exist on Twitch, because it seems like the fear for the most part from streamers who have been asking me about it is how I'm going to make money. Like, oh, if you go to Mixer, how are you going to make any money? And it has really put a really bad taste in my mouth. Where
Really?
there's just so many affiliates that are just like, I just stream on Twitch because I make money.
Yeah,
And
that was a lot of the back and forth.
I've had so many people DM me
Yes.
or whatever, and like that is their concern, is like, oh, you're going to Mixer but you can't make any money, or and that has almost just like made me want to go to Mixer even more, because I think if that's the main reason that you're streaming on Twitch, and you have to ask yourself, if tomorrow Twitch got rid of the affiliate program, how many of the streamers that you currently watch, how many of them do you think would still stream? Like,
They drop it if they couldn't see. It's sad that Twitch is in a state where people are doing that. That's not why when affiliate first came out, and it's been out what, like over a year now. It's been over a year
Yeah.
now.
yeah, it has.
It
Yeah.
wasn't that jaded in the beginning.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
At first, as some of the first affiliates, like I gotta say, like as I've watched the program unfold, and I've watched the partner backlash for
Oof.
every new thing affiliate gains, and it is there, and there are lots of partners that have been supportive, by the way. I got a lot of great friends, but there has been insane partner backlash for each thing that affiliate gets, because they're like the line is beginning to blur, and they're not wrong. If they've worked hard and been partners for years, and affiliates just have to get 3 average viewers, and suddenly they get all of the same perks except emote slots, how's that going to make you feel as someone who's been a partner for years? You've worked your ass off, and you had to get partner before there was a check mark. Like Amy said earlier, the 500 plus suggested number. Think about the people that had to gain that.
Right? And how long those people streamed with their only monetary gain on this platform would be if somebody wanted to support them so much that they donated through PayPal.
Yeah. And to just see that, like, I've seen us get things, like I said, bits were the first thing, right? And that was so cool, because we're like, cool, what are bits? I have no idea. Oh, it's this virtual currency. Oh, that's really neat. You know what I mean? And then and then you see it come out, and they're like, yo guys, affiliates are getting a sub button, and we're like, holy shit, that's amazing. We didn't think about it as a financial thing. We thought, I can have my own emotes on my channel. That's so cool. And if people wanted to sub, they could use it. And they're like, yo, you're going to get like an emote each, right? And we're like, oh, that's so dope. And then as time progressed, now we have sub badges, which I am grateful for, because I have Pac-Man sub badges and they're lit. Okay. But like, it's cool to have that customization. I like that customization on channel.
See, I think where Twitch screwed up is they monetized affiliate. Had you given those features, had you made affiliate a certain level that you had to hit on Twitch as a streamer, but you didn't get the bits, so let's cut the bits out, and you didn't get a sub button, what you got was at like 50 average viewers, let's say, just for a number, and X amount of followers and whatever, you hit affiliate status on Twitch. And what you got with affiliate status was not a sub button, but the ability to have free emotes and sub badges. And just that,
Mhm.
remove everything else, that, you know, the
Yeah.
money end of it, people would have made so much more of an effort with affiliate, and it wouldn't have taken the focus off of the content creation. Because my biggest thing with, like, you know, affiliate and all that was the fact that I was able to give people something back for supporting me instead of just taking donations and, you know, trying to,
Yeah.
you know, make it so that it was about that person. But it's just, my whole thing is, if you take the money out of the equation, people will start creating better content to make it to a point. If this is truly what you want to do as like a career, you want to be a full-time content creator for real, then
Mhm.
you should have to put in a serious amount of work before you're able to hit that level. I mean, look
Yeah.
at, you know, Summit
I-
1G was a great example of that, because Summit is one of the OGs who got partnered and was big and so on and so forth. Summit worked 40 hours a week and streamed 40 hours a week to be able to put himself in a position to leave his job and do this full time.
Mhm.
You know what
No,
I mean?
I
Nobody has to do that
totally
anymore.
agree.
I can stream half-assed 20 hours a week and make the same salary as the guy who's flipping burgers at McDonald's working his ass off now.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, like, I work full time and I try to stream full time on top of that just to be more available, I would say, because I do like the people that come by and get a chance to hang out, and I like catching up with them at the end of my day
Mhm.
after I've worked a long day, and I can flick on that camera and I can just play a game or just chat around with you guys. It's a cool feeling, like the socializing aspect. I got to say that, like, I'm grateful for the monetization I've had on my channel because of the support I've received
yeah.
from really supportive people, which has helped me upgrade my stream, helped me go to TwitchCon. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I gotta say the biggest thing back to the whole like influx of partners and affiliates. I went to TwitchCon last year as well. Okay, so
Mhm.
last year when I went and I was like, holy crap, look at all these affiliates, and you know, and there was like a lot of partners, and then there was not much, like there was community members, but they weren't as many. One thing I really kind of liked this year at TwitchCon was the sea of community members. Look at the amount of people that flocked. There were kids chilling in the Fortnite thing, having a good time. Like, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? It was really kind of cool to see that aspect. I just thought, like, oh man, families came to TwitchCon with their kids. Their kids get to go meet, you know, Ninja or Tim or like whoever their favorite streamer is. It made it more kind of special in that way. But on the streamer aspect of things, when I saw how many more affiliates there were in a year and partners, and they showed the numbers at the
Oh yeah.
keynote, right?
Mhm.
Holy balls! Did my jaw drop just in the sheer like, this is insane. There's so many, and it's not bad that there's so many. It just means that like you're a spec, and you got to remember that we're all just specs, and it's up to us as these specs how we choose to grow, to become bigger specs. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not that the problem is too many people are focused on that they have to make it on Twitch, and making it boils down to being a partner who only streams, you get paid for that. Yeah, sure, that would be nice because then you wouldn't have to work a 9 to 5 day job that makes you hate your life.
Yeah.
But streaming is just as stressful job as other people. I don't think people that are still getting into that really understand that, like, if you want to do well, and again, I'm always toying with like, what should I do next, what should my
Mhm.
next thing be? You have to put countless hours in,
Oh yeah.
free
Absolutely.
overtime. I say that this Twitch isn't a job. Twitch is volunteer work.
Yeah.
That sometimes you might receive, you know, donations from people who are awesome just trying to support you, but in essence you got to look at that. You're going to put countless hours in off screen,
You're
planning your stuff out.
you're an unpaid internship.
Yeah,
That's how I
exactly.
always look at it.
No, that's a great way of putting
Well,
it.
now you're a
Unpaid
partially paid internship.
You're a partially paid internship, but yeah, if you look at the grand scheme of things, you need to run a Discord. Regardless of being streamed, you have to have a Discord so that the people that join your community have somewhere to talk to off a stream. That's just like one thing.
Absolutely.
So okay, now you've got a Discord. Well, you can't really do well as a streamer if you're not running social media. Okay, your two big ones, Twitter and Instagram. All right, well, you got to make sure to be putting content on both, because if
Uh-huh.
you're not putting content on Twitter and Instagram and they're not growing, well, then people are like, what the hell? And on top of that, then you're streaming. Okay, how many hours a week are you going to stream? What days are you going to stream? What are you going to stream? So much goes in to every single stream. I don't think people, it's not just turning on a button. magic doesn't just happen. You need to be on that camera and being whatever it is you are, whether you play a persona or whatever you promote. Like, I go for more of like I'm just me, real ass, like that's just who I am, right? Like everyone has their own niche or whatever that they do. Like your Murica stuff is amazing, and that's you, and that's what people know you for and have grown to love you for. But like people just don't understand that there's more to it. Like you said, they're like, oh, I'm affiliate, so I can make money now. Look, dude, that's not how it happens. No one's just gonna hand you money. You need to show them why you're worth it. You need to grow your community. You need to flourish, and you got to put the work in.
I fully agree, but Chad, I expect $10 tips on my Mixer channel from every one of you that's here right now. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, that's true. Can I write?
It's a requirement. I owe you as well, only good for a week, and then I collect my payment. But
damn it.
But no, I mean seriously. In all seriousness,
yeah,
I fully agree with you, and I appreciate you jumping in, Jim. I want to grab a few more questions before we end. I love your face, though. If you guys haven't checked out Jim, go look at Jim's content. It's awesome. The Thickade is a dope ass place to be.
I love you guys. Thank you for letting me blab.
Love your face, Jim.
Bye.
So, Cass, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this, but Major Linux said, and this was the question I wanted to get to, and then Sodomi's waiting to talk. Anybody can become affiliate, but there's no guarantee of money. So what changes if they aren't making dope content and aren't dope individuals? I agree. Who are they taking away from? So we've been talking about a lot of how the affiliate program affects people in the aspect of Twitch monetizing everybody's content, and it takes away from content creation. So he's kind of bringing it to the other end of the coin that, I'm at affiliate status and I stream for who I stream for, but it's not really a revenue draw. So what is that taking away from in comparison to everything?
Well, you're not taking any money away from anybody, but you're kind of taking what's the affiliate program in and of itself is kind of taking away from, in my opinion, kind of making being a partner less special. So in that, I don't know if that's what you're asking. I'm not entirely sure. I don't necessarily think the affiliate program is really taking away from anything in terms of money.
Well, I think what he means is like so much how we've talked about how the affiliate program has kind of killed the drive for content creation and making it so much more saturated. Well, but we keep talking about the fact that because it's monetized, that's happened.
Well, yeah, because if you want my honest opinion, it's made affiliates lazy. And I've definitely had moments where I've felt that way, where I'm just like, oh, well, I already have emotes. People can already sub to me. People can already donate bits to me. They can literally do everything to me right now that they could do if I was a partner. So like that really encourages lazy streamers, in my opinion. And I've heard it from streamers themselves who are like, hey, do you want to be partner, or are you pushing for partner? And they're like, like I got everything I need.
Yeah.
And now you have this whole pool of people who have that same complacent attitude, and it's just frustrating. And they're already making money. They have some people who are supporting them. They have people coming in that are subscribing or mass gifting subs now, making money that way. And there's like less of a reason to be partner. And to me, it's kind of taking away. I think affiliate is like when you're an affiliate, that's your growing time. You're like a baby streamer, and you're growing and you're blossoming into this awesome Twitch content creator. And one day you're going to be a partner, and it's really important to continue growing as an affiliate. And for people to be so driven by money, I think it kind of, I think it really affects people's work ethic. Like I said, for an example, I've had several DMs where people are like, well, if you switch to Mix, because I've had several people trying to convince me not to go to Mixer. They don't want me to stream over there. They think it's a bad idea. They just don't want me over there. They want me to stay on Twitch. And they'll try and throw things at me like, like how will you make money? Because they think that's important to me. Like that's, if I tell Cass like, hey, you can't make money on Mixer, surely she'll stay on Twitch. But I think that's such a bad mentality to have. So I don't know if I'm answering your question, and now I'm going off on a tangent.
You're good. You're good. I've only done that for the past hour and a half, so you're good. It's your turn to tangent. So,
yeah, that
so Major Linux follows that up with, so how does that affect you who is trying to grow? So where I mean when I say that the affiliate program has made it exponentially more difficult to grow and get noticed on Twitch, the reason I say that is because with Twitch introducing the affiliate program and monetizing easily, or making your content easily being able to monetize, even the prospect of it. You don't necessarily have to be monetized. The point is the prospect of the fact that I could make money doing my hobby with very little effort, because in all reality, and I realize, and it's not a knock to anybody, and I know affiliate is hard to get. It took me a while to get it too. But my point is it's not all that difficult. They don't make it difficult for a reason. And my point with that is you have now flooded the platform with so many people. So I could create the dopest content in the world, but the hardest thing in the world to do on a platform that is this saturated is be noticed. Because even if you network your ass off and you're part of a ton of communities, and that's great, but it doesn't matter because, yeah, I am more than happy with what I had, and I'm the first one to say that, and it is not a knock to the people in my community or that I didn't feel like I was getting enough support or any of that. That's not my motivation for this. My motivation is that I know that I can reach more people and build a bigger community on a platform that is not so heavily saturated by every kid who's 16 years old that has a freaking console playing Fortnite that wants to turn around and start streaming because I found out I can pay for my freaking V-Bucks and buy skins by getting 3 subs on Twitch. And all I have to do is get 3 of my high school friends to do it. And then you got 30 people thinking the same thing. The platform was already flooded, yes, but not anywhere near it is now. I don't disagree. In the last year, the growth has been so exponential between the popularity of Ninja and the affiliate program being so readily accessible, and now out in the main focus. Now you have MSNBC and all these money shows telling you that, you know, oh, this is the thing on Twitch. All you need is this to start making money on Twitch. And that's how they're promoting it to the lay person who has no idea about the community behind it. And it's not really hard to say that's affiliate's fault, though, because here's my whole thing. If affiliate didn't exist, and I'm the average Joe who doesn't know that I can come on this platform and be successful with 3 viewers, I'm going to stream for 3 weeks, and I'm going to go, oh, I got 2-3 viewers. I'm not making any money, and I'm investing all this time. Why am I still doing it? And then I'm going to leave the platform. Because that's what happened up until the affiliate program. It would be saturated, but the saturation was in a constant rotation, and those people that put in the work for free and put in the hours and put in the hard work and tried to make good content stood out because they were always there and they were growing and growing and growing. Now that the affiliate program's here, everybody comes to stream every time because you're not doing it for free. In a lot of cases, I'm not saying everyone's, but it's not hard. Even if 5 or 6 of my friends, if I was 16 years old and I knew I could stream and 5 or 6 of my friends would come sub to my channel with their mom's Amazon Prime account, which doesn't cost them a dime, and now I can buy video games every single month, and all I have to do is sit on Twitch for, 3 or 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I was playing video games anyway. Now I'm just doing it in front of a camera. Like, that's my whole thing. No, it's not that I'm upset that I'm not getting the lazy streamers viewers. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I open the Fortnite category, for example, right now, and I'm not saying I would stream Fortnite, that's not the point. But if I was to open the Fortnite category right now, and I scroll down to the bottom of it, it's 500 different people at 3 to 4 viewers. So what makes you click on my thumbnail over everybody else's? You don't know if I'm a lazy content streamer, if I'm a great content streamer. You're seeing a still. You're seeing a still of a picture of me in a little box, and you're seeing whatever game is on the screen. And that's it. And that's my thing with the move to Mixer, is that it's not so heavily saturated that way. And the whole reason I say that is not about the money. It's the prospect of them being able to make money and fund their habit, so they come to Twitch. That's my thing with all of it. And I mean, it's not just me spewing out random facts. It's the fact that there's 400,000 affiliates. And that's my whole thing. 400,000 people that are streaming enough to get affiliate, not including the other millions of people on the platform that are streaming that aren't affiliates. You're wading through waters and hoping your thumbnail gets clicked. And I'm not saying networking doesn't work. I fully attribute most of my growth to networking and being parts of other communities, because it makes people invested in you. It's the same reason I watch a lot of people that I watch now, because I'm invested in them. I've met them through communities, and now I want to see their streams. Cass is a prime example of that. I didn't know Cass from a hole in the wall a year ago, but I was introduced to Cass's community through another person. I hung out in her community. I enjoyed Cass, and I bullshitted with Cass, and I saw her in other chats. So I said, oh, let me go check out Cass. And, you know, that's how you grow. But that growth is only going to hit a plateau at a certain point, in my opinion, unless I'm willing to sit here for 7 or 8 years trying to do this. And that's incredible dedication. I don't disagree. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't put in that time, or I don't plan on putting in that time. But if I can go over to Mixer and know I can have a bigger impact, and know my content is unique over there in comparison to over here, and know that I'm not wading through 75 different streams at 3 viewers, then that's my motivation behind it. And I think why I say the affiliate program killed this platform for real content creators is because now it's the same thing as uploading YouTube videos. You're fighting every single other person that has the same idea as you based off a thumbnail, and that's why you see clickbait titles and everything else. But that's just, again, this is all based on my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right, but I am passionate about what I do, and I'm passionate about the decisions I make, and I am not someone who makes decisions without doing his due diligence in researching stuff first, and looking at numbers, and trying to figure out why Twitch is so saturated, and trying to see why I'm not growing at whatever rate, where I know that my content, and I'm not just saying this, I don't think I'm the greatest streamer in the world. I know I'm not. I know there are people that make better content than me, but I know I put out a unique product based off feedback from other people. And the one thing everybody has said to me, regardless if they agree with this move or not, is that my content is bar none nothing like on Mixer right now. So this isn't a money thing for me. And that, you know, that was a lot of other things. People are like, oh, well, you know, you're looking at the long term of how much money you can make, how much money you can make. If I wanted to make money, I'd stay on Twitch. I was doing pretty well on Twitch money-wise with extra money. I mean, it's funded a lot of stuff for the stream that has improved my stream and everything like that. If I wanted to care, if I cared about money and I was only doing that, because that was the other thing people have been saying to me, is that I was doing this for attention, quote unquote. So I was going to do this for a month and then say, oh, it didn't work out and I'm going to come back to Twitch. I have literally emailed support yesterday to cancel my affiliate status on this platform. And from what I've read on Reddit, everybody that does this and that emails to cancel their affiliate, Twitch literally tells them, well, it's not guaranteed that you'll get back in the affiliate program. Well, bro, if you don't want my 3 viewers, that's fine. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things. This isn't a money motivated thing for me. This is a content creation thing for me. I want to create the best content I can on a platform that I know I can get it in front of more people. It's just like if there was a serious competition for YouTube and I made YouTube videos. You'd be crazy not to consider uploading your content to that platform. I don't know, Cass, what do you think? Again, I ranted, so go ahead.
I am on the same page with you on everything.
You know, and I'm not knocking Twitch as a whole. I love Twitch. I always will love Twitch. I have a lot of problems with the direction Twitch has gone in the last year and a half. And a lot of that is money based, and it's not just the affiliate program, but it's guys like Ninja. I'm happy for his success. I'm happy that he's putting gaming in the mainstream and stuff like that. But his whole thing, well, because Linux, I can't restream. So Major Linux asked, for those listening at home, if it's getting more viewers and you've canceled the affiliate, why not restream? So I have to wait to hear back from Twitch support before I can do anything. I'm still under contract until they officially cancel me and remove my revenue. So that's the only reason I haven't restreamed. And the other reason right away is because I want to focus on building the community on Mixer before I start to do anything like that, because this way it doesn't feel I don't want to feel disingenuous to either platform. And the reason I've gone full send on one and not the other is I don't want to leave that kind of I don't want anyone to feel like they're not getting 100% of what I'm putting into this. And why I say that, the way I say that is I've always been like that since I started streaming. I don't want to never not give 100%. And I don't want to have to split my efforts between two platforms. It's the same reason I didn't stream 3 days a week to Twitch and then 2 days a week to Mixer, or vice versa, was because if I'm going to do something and I'm passionate about it and I'm going to dedicate myself to it, then I'm going to do it full send that way. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to put content out in other places, like the whenever you want, Resin, I'll get to you when I can. I'll probably answer you tomorrow. My whole thing is like, I'm not just going to create content on Mixer. Obviously, that's my main focus right now. But then I want to upload YouTube videos, and I want to get out there on social media more, and I want to network more and stuff like that. I already dropped a stream day a week so that I could network and hang out and support other people that support me. But I think each of those content things are individual, and while they all encompass a whole, I feel like restreaming on the two at the same time would take away content from one or the other, because while there's ways to integrate the chats and stuff like that, it for me, like when I watch people on Mixer that do it, it's almost kind of a disingenuous and a disconnect when something's going on in a Twitch chat, and or somebody subs on Twitch and I get an alert on Mixer, or not somebody subs on Twitch, but somebody follows on Twitch and I get an alert on Mixer, stuff like that. You know, I just don't want it to. I'm not a disingenuous person, and I'm very, very transparent about my motivations and stuff like this. And while I think that I probably could benefit from doing that, especially with the viewer base and the user base that I have on Twitch, that's not the kind of content that I want to do. The people that want to come support me on Mixer from Twitch have already done that. So I don't see a major benefit to doing it and staying on Twitch, because everybody that didn't make that jump is still in my Discord, so I'm still able to interact with those people, and I'm still interacting with those people in other people's streams, like Cass's stream and stuff like that. You know, people that may not want to make that jump to Mixer or might not come to Mixer, I still see them in Cass's stream if I get to catch her stream at night and stuff like that. So it's just it's a big Ponzi of me yapping pretty much and ranting, but that's kind of where I am on that, and I owe Cass a huge apology. It's exclamation point stream key to get in the Discord we're in. Because I have ranted and fully taken this over, but I knew this was going to be a hot button type topic for a lot of people tonight.
Yeah.
But I have Sodomi, who has been incredibly patient because he's been sitting in there for a hot minute. So Sodomi, unmute yourself. Oh God.
Hey, what's good?
I like how it sounded like you opened a door. How are you?
Not gonna lie, I was sitting there and I was like watching the stream because this is a topic I was actually before I start ranting like Snoop, because remember that tweet I sent out to you? I tagged you in earlier.
Oh, please don't even get me started on that topic. Chat,
No,
your
I'm
viewers
getting
are
you
not
started on
required to
that.
follow you anywhere, but go ahead.
Oh my God, yeah. So like in short, just like I said, I look at that from a just scientific perspective.
You got
It's also
you got to explain that in context for people that have no idea what you're talking about outside me and you.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, perfect. Sorry. It's
You're
2
good.
a.m. I'm chill. I took melatonin. Anyway, so what happened was this one streamer who is always on some bull. Straight up was like, actually, let me just read it verbatim.
Yeah,
I have it right
no
here.
name drops, by the way.
Name drops?
Yeah, T omega little S, okay? Not
Sodomi
my
doesn't
channel,
name
let's not get it banned.
Sodomi doesn't name drop, okay? So anyway, now, what Sodomi says, if he was ever going to move to Mixer, okay? If you only support me while I'm on a specific platform, you need to reevaluate yourself. I shouldn't be defined by what platform I'm on. I'm still the same person. Now, the best way to put this is if this person just like took half that tweet and pressed delete, they'd be fine.
Yeah, you remove the middle part, you're good.
just know the first part. Like, because think about it. If you're on Twitch, like right now, if I type in T, the first thing my browser pulls up is Twitch. I pull up M. I have no idea what is M. It is
Don't read what it is. I feel like it's going to be bad, so just don't do it.
Yeah, it's not Mixer. So, like, people just kind of turn the computers on and boom, Twitch is right there. And let's be honest, you're not the main focus of everybody's life. So you're not going to instinctively know, like, oh, God, hey, Snoop's streaming on Mixer at 8 o'clock right now. I just know that. Like, some people like me, that's how I assume everyone is on Twitch, too. You go to Twitch, like, all right, who's on? Click following, and you see who's on, like, oh, snap, Snoop's on. I'm going to say what's up.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
So,
so that's how I.
So to go into the girls' tweet, because we'll get into that. We'll unpack it. It'll be our final topic of the night because it is getting late AF.
Yep.
But so essentially, she says that people that don't follow her need to reevaluate their life because obviously you are not a true and loyal supporter of the stream, and you're not a true supporter of the stream. So how can you possibly think that not following me is an option? That's pretty much the mentality I got out of that. So, Cass, I'm going to lead this off with you. What do you think about that?
Snoop, I'm tired.
Just think about it. We're almost done. Shout it out. It's because I let Cass fall asleep because you had to listen to my dumbass talk this whole time.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. I don't know what there's to say about it, though.
There's really not anything to say about it. She's
There's
stupid.
nothing to say about it. It's just like
the God complex, thinking you're better.
I'm sorry she feels that way, and I feel bad for her community. But if I tomorrow was like, hey, I'm moving to Mixer, I hope that we can still chat when I'm on Twitch chatting with my friends or hang out in Discord. I hope we can still do those things. But if you feel like you need to leave this community because Mixer is just like a no-go for you, I'm okay with that. I understand. I would never, ever, ever expect anybody to follow me anywhere because I wouldn't want anybody to expect that of me, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm kind of on the same page. And I made it abundantly clear several times in several different spaces and social medias and whatever that I am not upset with anyone that doesn't want to come to Mixer. I'm not upset with anyone that doesn't want to follow me. I will still see you. I will still talk to you. I will still hang out with you in Discord. I am never going to badmouth you. I'm never going to... The only time I'm going to be upset with anyone is if they blindly tell me that I'm stupid for going to Mixer without knowing a thing about the platform. That is the only time I'm going to be aggravated with you. And even then, I'm not going to like cut you off and not talk to you because I'm not a child. But it's... You can't have a shitty mentality, especially making a move like this. Having that kind of mentality means that you are not community-oriented. You are driven by something else, whether that be money or the clout of being able to say that and have people follow you and people defend you and so on and so forth. It's just that kind of thing. It's not anything crazy. It's a foolish tweet to put out, but how often do we see content creators put stuff out on Twitter and, you know, that's where you end with it. My point is, be careful with your tweets.
It, though. Yeah.
You would expect it?
I would expect people not to follow me.
Oh, yeah.
If I were to switch. You know what I mean? Like, because I've been a diehard Twitch user. I haven't really been on Mixer minus the last couple of months, maybe. And, like, I never went out of my way to go to Mixer and find new communities to join or to watch streams. Like, I would only watch Twitch. And I understand that people will have that preference, you know, and I will 100% expect that if I make that choice, that 99% of the people that ever would watch me on Twitch will never watch me on Mixer ever. You know?
Yeah, 100. I agree. But
see, like, I have people, like, I don't even expect my mods to come with me.
Yeah, same.
Like, it's like if I was, let's say, because I actually did stream on Mixer for a little bit and I loved it, but with how I stream, I'm way less structured than like I should be. And so, like, if I stream on Mixer, no one really knows about it. But again, my fault for, like, it's not like it's like an event. Like, Snoop planned out, people knew, and kind of like, hey, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try Mixer. It's Tuesday. What's up?
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. So, what's up?
Yeah, so I went on there, did all my stuff for it, and like Mixer, it's like nice and shiny. It's like driving the nice rental from like enterprise that doesn't have like the vomit in it.
Yeah.
I fully
nice.
agree. But the part of that is the grass is always greener type thing. I think it's really the in-depth look past that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, I have my beefs with Mixer too. I'm not gonna lie about it and say that Mixer's the perfect platform. There's a lot of things they need to do. And FN, to answer your question, he asked, is there benefits to streaming on Mixer compared to Twitch? Just look up Mixer Season 2. It'll answer a lot of your questions about what the differences are. Because mostly what they're doing in Season 2 is nothing Twitch is doing. But it's just, I don't know. It's lacking in emotes. It's lacking in a few spots. You know, it's lacking in the fact that you see a bunch of these, you know, come farm Forza influence or whatever. You know, it's stuff like that. It's stuff that they haven't addressed yet or they haven't found a way to address. But you know, it's like everything else. It's a partially grass always greener. Everything's gonna have its downfalls. It's a personal option over what you would prefer to do.
I think everyone should try a stream there, like just take one time and just go over and try it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it all depends on where you are with your content and stuff like that, and your career and content creation and so on and so forth too. You know, if I have a hugely successful Twitch stream, then F Mixer, I'm not going to go stream over there. What do you mean? You know, that kind of stuff. But if you're in a position where we're all at, where we're, you know, like Cass says all the time, we're babies on Twitch, then it doesn't hurt at all to at least go look at the other platform. But at least be educated on it before you tell me that it's stupid. Please, for the love of God. So tired of hearing the ignorance. That's my biggest pet peeve. Don't be ignorant about your statements. If you're going to come at me and tell me that I'm making a bad decision, tell me why. And don't tell me, I heard you can't do this on Mixer. Don't tell me what you heard. Tell me what you've actually researched.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what you saw on the Reddit page 3 days ago making fun of Mixer on the Twitch channel, on the, you know, our Twitch.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I do want to ask real quick, if we have time. We have time?
Yeah.
Be short.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Short and sweet, my dude. That's what we do.
Perfect. So, for the people who have more of like how true is, how everyone's kind of interconnected into that together, like transitioning that.
That
well,
doesn't...
actually, no, hold on. Let me rephrase. That didn't come out nearly well. So, because you know I'm sure a lot of your viewers, and other traffic comes from people who are also affiliated in some way, shape, or form with True.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, as someone who is like really worried about the numbers, I'm not. I don't care. They're whatever at this point.
I got you.
Someone who is worried about the numbers, what would you say they should do to kind of mitigate that? If only one, let's say just you just go, no one else from True even looks, touches Mixer, didn't breathe it, just gonzo. How would you, Snoop personally, kind of find a way to integrate that? If you wanted to, even if you wanted to.
Well, it's like any other kind of networking, in my opinion. I'm still very involved in TRUgaming, you know what I mean? I'm not disappearing. And the other thing is I'm not disappearing off the platform. My content isn't here anymore, and that's the only thing. And if True, if they, and this is not meant to be a pun, but there's no other way to put this, if they truly don't want anything to do with Mixer, then I personally have to accept the fact that I will still be part of this community and might not necessarily be a sponsored streamer for it anymore. But that was, you know, something I had reached out to GreenChord when I made this decision and everything else, to let him know ahead of time, to give him the heads up so it wasn't some blindside thing, because I am in a contract. Technically, we're not, but we are and aren't. Our contracts are up for renewal while the new sponsorship stuff comes out. But anyway, my whole point is that I make an agreement with them to create content and promote their name, and they do vice versa for me. And that's essentially what the standard sponsorship is with TRUgaming, outside of other things that are detailed. But that's the main gist of it, is that I promote them and they promote me. That's how it works. That hasn't stopped. I promoted TRUgaming the first day I was over there, because people were asking me questions about, you know, sponsorships and stuff like that, because I can't remember what my question of the day was, but it was something related to that. And you know what I mean? So the problem with Mixer is that because it's so new, there's no easy stuff to put forward to check analytics and stats and stuff like that. So there's no Solinome for Mixer or anything like that. So it's not easy for a company like TRUgaming, who has to partially base their sponsorship off numbers and not just content, because it's still a company. You know, there's no easy way for Ben to go through, or Green, I'm sorry, for Green to go through and check statistics on Mixer streamers outside of watching some of their content and getting analytics from them. You know what I mean? Other than Social Blade, there's really nothing that tracks Mixer, and that includes average viewership. There's no way to track an average viewership that I've found on Mixer yet, outside of their built-in analytics. And even their built-in analytics are a little I gotta like learn how to read them, because they're written in, you know, hieroglyphics compared to Twitch. So because they're not so number based and so number heavy and number oriented, they don't make this like huge easy to read spreadsheet of if you're good with numbers or if you're bad with numbers. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I was at with the TRUgaming thing. As for the community, the TruFam community part of it, you know, outside of my sponsorship, I've had a lot of True people create Mixer accounts and come over there, you know. So but I'm very, you know, I'm very connected to the True community. I'm very active in the community. I'm very active in the Discord. I do charity streams, you know what I mean? And that's not going to stop. There's, you know, stuff in the works going down the road. This Stream Key podcast is a prime example. My face is still on Twitch, involved with TRUgaming once a week.
Yeet.
You know, so that's one of those things. But I don't know if that answers what you were asking. I think it does, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I asked one of those like 2 a.m., 2:30 in the morning, like, bro, what if the sun was actually like the moon kind of question?
Yeah,
So,
what if the sun was
you
made of
did your
fire?
best.
Oh, wait. But I love your face, Sodomi.
You too.
I
Go
will
back into
catch
my-
you. Yeah, we're gonna find somebody to host in a momento. Cass, do you have any parting words for our wonderful people that have joined us tonight, since you've been so chatty and I can't shut you up?
I mean, I'm glad we talked about it, and I really hope that I know there are people in my community, and I know there are people in your community. I know people just here. I hope you guys can at least be open-minded to this kind of thing. And thanks for listening. I think
Yes.
we talked about a lot of really awesome things and made some good points and had some really awesome discussions. I don't know.
No, I really appreciate it. And Cass, I appreciate you for being awesome tonight, because I really did rant a lot, and that is not normally how we do this. And for anybody that, if this is your first one, this is not normally how it goes. It's not Cass randomly pipes up. It's this one, unfortunately, I kind of took the focus on because I was the guinea pig. But Cass is awesome. Go follow Cass on Twitch. And go,
Yeah.
don't follow me on Twitch because I'm not here anymore. No.
Twitch for now.
Twitch for now, chat. We're going to end it on that. Twitch for now. We're going to go support an absolutely awesome True fan person that I adore. And if you don't know who she is and you aren't making it absolutely insane in her chat, I'm going to be very upset with you, because I love the shit out of Molly. So,
Oh, Molly.
and she's
Okay.
playing Kingdom Hearts, and she's probably going to end soon. So bad rater on me for not asking her. Oh, thank you, Sodomi. You didn't need to do that, but I appreciate it.
Aw.
I love your faces. Can I follow
Thank
Cass
you,
on Mixer and
guys.
Snoop on Twitch? Absolutely, Enigma. All right, guys. Go hype up Molly's chat. Get crazy. I love your faces, and I will see you next week. I won't be here. I'll be in Florida. I love you. Maybe we'll stick Cass with some rando, but we'll announce it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.